You remember the moment because it didn't feel like a decision. It felt like housekeeping. A quick yes, a silent assumption, something you didn't even bother to argue with yourself about. Much later, when the consequences show up, it's hard to explain how something that obvious managed to hurt you. That's the paradox. The choices that cost you most often arrive disguised as non-choices. Start small. An email comes in late in the day. Someone proposes a direction, framed as the natural next step. You skim it, nothing jumps out as wrong. You don't reply because there's nothing to push back on. The next morning, the direction is no longer a proposal. It's the plan. And somehow, you're already part of it. Or think about a group discussion where one option feels so reasonable it barely registers as an option. No one argues for it. No one argues against it either. It sits there, unchallenged, while attention moves elsewhere. Later, when things go sideways, you realize no one ever really chose it. It just survived. The same thing happens in personal life, where the stakes feel quieter, but cut deeper. A routine decision about timing, priorities, who goes first, who waits. It feels fair in the moment, logical, not worth the emotional effort of debating. Months later, you're living inside the consequences of that moment, trying to remember why it never felt negotiable. The mistake isn't carelessness, it's misplaced trust. We trust obviousness. We treat it as evidence that something has already been thought through. If no one is objecting, we assume the thinking must be done. But obviousness isn't a conclusion. It's a signal that a frame has already been set. When something feels self-evident, it quietly shuts down scrutiny. Questioning it starts to feel unnecessary, even disruptive. You don't want to be the person who slows things down by interrogating what everyone else seems comfortable with. So you let it pass, and in letting it pass, you give it weight. This is how decisions get power, without ever earning it. Not through argument, but through absence. Not because they're right, but because they're unexamined. Later, when the cost becomes visible, the memory of the decision is strangely thin. You don't remember choosing it. You remember agreeing with it. Or worse, assuming it wasn't really a choice at all. That's why these moments are so hard to defend against after the fact. You can't point to a debate that went wrong. There was no debate. You can't argue that you were convinced. You were never persuaded. The decision slipped in under the threshold of attention. What hurts isn't just the outcome. It's realizing that the part of you rely on most, your ability to recognize what's reasonable, was exactly what made the decision invisible. The choices that damage you most don't arrive as risks. They arrive as common sense. And the confidence that lets you spot bad ideas quickly is often the same confidence that lets the worst ones walk straight past you, unchallenged.